It's a sobering fact that most people don't actively calculate what percentage of their income goes into savings. The numbers, when revealed, are indeed alarming. The average savings rate in the United States hovers around 4%, a figure that should set off alarm bells. For instance, if you have a take-home income of $50,000 and save $2,000, you are aligned with the national average. However, financial experts suggest saving 10% to 20% of your income to ensure long-term economic stability, especially for retirement. This stark discrepancy reveals that many Americans save far less than necessary, putting them at risk as their financial future appears unprepared. Historically, personal savings rates ranged from 10% to 13% during the 1970s and 1980s, peaking at nearly 17% in the mid-1970s. Despite the advancements in income, financial tools, and resources, many individuals are saving considerably less due to the relentless rise in living costs. Expenses for rent, healthcare, childcare, education, and groceries have escalated dramatically, while wages have not kept pace. This disparity is a significant hurdle in the path of savings. For instance, the average rent for a two-bedroom apartment in the US is around $2,000 per month, excluding utilities and basic living expenses. Mortgage rates have surged between 6.5% and 7.5% for those looking to purchase homes. A $400,000 home that once had a monthly payment of approximately $1,500 at a 3% interest rate has now risen to about $2,400 per month, purely due to increased borrowing costs. Furthermore, the cost of full-time daycare can range from $1,000 to $1,500 per child each month, adding another layer of financial strain. That's $12,000 to $18,000 a year. For 2 kids, you're looking at $30,000 annually. That's as much as a second mortgage, and don't forget healthcare. Even with employer-sponsored plans, families spend $6,000 to $8,000 annually in premiums, not to mention out-of-pocket expenses for prescriptions, co-pays, and deductibles. There's also a massive shift in behavior, and that's just as important. We're living in a culture where debt is not normal. It's not just about cutting back on expenses. It's about a fundamental shift in mindset towards savings. This change, when embraced, can be a powerful tool in securing your financial future. It's expected. It starts early: student loans for education, credit cards for emergencies and everyday spending. Car loans are necessary, vehicle and buy now, pay later options for everything from sneakers to smartphones. Even vacations are being financed. According to LendingTree, the average new car payment in America is now $740 monthly. That's just one car. Many households have 2. That's over $1,400 a month, going to vehicles that are dropping in value every single day. Now think about this for a second. If someone is paying $2,000 in rent, $1,400 in car payments, and maybe $600 in student loans or credit card bills, that's already $4,000 a month before they even eat. There's nothing left to save, and yet, many people don't even see a problem with it. Spending has become second nature. It's not unusual to stop by the store on the way home and casually spend $100 on things you didn't plan to buy, or to go out to eat and spend another $100 on a nice meal. Do that several times a week. Treating yourself is fine. But the problem is that it's happening regularly, almost unconsciously, and it's slowly draining people's resources. Why? Because everyone else is doing it, and because social pressure has made it seem normal. You're expected to have a nice car. You're expected to dress a certain way and keep up with trends. If you don't have the latest iPhone or the newest home decor, it can feel like you're falling behind. But here's the truth. Pressure to spend is putting people in a dangerous financial position, and most don't realize it until it's too late. But it's not just consumer behavior either. It's also about income, or the lack of it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is staying in the same job for years and accepting minimal pay raises. According to Forbes, employees who remain in the same company typically get an average raise of about 3% a year. But with inflation hovering around 3% to 4% annually, that raise barely keeps you afloat. Staying put means falling behind over time. If you've gained skills, experience, and results, and are not getting paid accordingly, it's time to move. Many people don't ask for raises. Others feel too loyal or too tired to search for new roles. But that loyalty can cost you tens of thousands of dollars throughout your career. And when your income doesn't grow, your ability to save doesn't grow either. It's a double hit. You're earning less and spending more. And that's precisely how savings vanish. Now here's the scary part. When people don't have savings, everything becomes riskier. Car breaks down. You swipe a credit card, medical emergency. You drain the account. Job loss? You fall behind on rent or bills within a few weeks. Emergencies become disasters when there's no cushion in place. And over time, that can spiral into more significant problems. Evictions, foreclosures, bankruptcy, and long-term stress. This isn't just a personal issue either. It's an economic one. When millions of people lack savings, the economy as a whole becomes more fragile. During tough times, people cut spending fast, which affects businesses. That means more layoffs, more defaults, and slower recovery. In short, low personal savings weaken the entire financial system for individuals and everyone. So what can be done? The obvious answer is to save more. But that's not enough. It's too simplistic. The real change needs to come from addressing the reasons people don't save. And that starts with being content. It's not about never spending. It's about understanding what you need and being okay with it. You don't need to upgrade your phone every year. You don't need to lease a car you can't afford to impress people who aren't even paying attention. Practicing contentment doesn't mean living like a monk. It means realizing that chasing more is what's keeping you broke. The next step? Push for more income. Don't settle. Apply for jobs that pay more. Start a side hustle. Learn a skill that lets you earn on your terms. You don't need to become a millionaire overnight, but you need to take your income seriously because no one else will. And most importantly, create a plan. Saving without a goal feels pointless. So set targets. Build an emergency fund. Save for a home. Put money into a retirement account. Even if you're starting small, it builds momentum. Once you see that account grow, it gets easier to keep going. A 4% savings rate might sound like a number, but it reflects much deeper about where we're headed as a society. It's a warning. It's not just about money, but about mindset. If we want that number to rise, we need both individual responsibility and collective change. Without savings, we're all just one emergency away from collapse. It's also important to discuss mindset. Many people grow up around financial struggle, and without realizing it, they inherit beliefs that limit their ability to build wealth. They might think saving is only for the rich, or that money is meant to be spent as soon as it's earned. But that mindset keeps people stuck. Saving isn't just about having money. It's about building options. There are options to walk away from a bad job, to invest, and to take time off when life demands it. When you shift your perspective on money, you stop seeing savings as a sacrifice and start seeing them as freedom.